Which historical figure is mistakenly idolized? I don't know if he qualifies as historical yet, but Steve Jobs was an enormous asshole posted from my iPhone, so there's that. Coco Chanel, fucking all of them. The world is absolutely chock full of flawed people doing amazing things. You can appreciate their greatness without putting them on a pedestal. Henry Ford. Bro was an actual Nazi, and didn't even hide it, tried to police his employees' social lives and actively called for violence against anyone trying to unionize. He also treated his son Edsel like dog shit. Douglas MacArthur. Not a bad person and not a bad general, but his reputation far outweighs his actual performance as a military commander. Thomas Edison. Christopher Columbus. He didn't do any of the things he's credited with beyond killing loads of innocent people in search of gold that didn't exist. General Robert E. Lee. Pablo Picasso, an icon of modern art, is revered for his groundbreaking work. Nonetheless, his personal life, particularly his relationships with women, was marked by troubling patterns of behavior, prompting a re-evaluation of his off-canvas actions. Gandhi. Sir Francis Drake, who stopped people who were fleeing Spain from claiming asylum in England by attacking their boats in the English Channel. Mother Teresa. Thomas Edison. He was a thief. Ernesto Che Guevara. John Lennon. He was a serial cheater, woman beater, and a self-entitled prick living so far up his own ass that he never realized he was the embodiment of what he often protested against. Ned Kelly. Just a thief and a murderer. Dr. Seuss. The whole Reagan mythologizing thing on the American right. It's not as big anymore since most Reagan-worshipping Republicans have either died of old age or have gone fascist with the tide of conservative radicalization. But for a long time there was this mythology around Reagan like he were some kind of god. In fact, he was a really shitty president who played a decisive role in creating urban blight, gutting welfare protections, bringing neoliberalism, i.e. corporate profits above all else, to America, intensifying racial conflict and division, and of course opening the floodgates through media deregulation for right-wing propaganda to proceed with the aforementioned radicalization of conservatives, which has now culminated in an all-out fascist movement in my own country. We fought a war almost a century ago to stop these idiots, and now they are inside the gates. Thanks, Reagan. Most US presidents, really. There's a Chomsky quote about how none of the post-war presidents would escape punishment at The Hague if the Nuremberg principles were actually applied to them. I think about that a lot. Watson Crick cough, Rosalind Franklin cough cough.